Good afternoon, good morning, everybody, wherever you happen to be in North America today. We appreciate you joining us. My name is Patrick McAvoy, Chief Marketing and Partner Success Officer here at MyWave.ai. We are thrilled to have you with us. It sounds like we've got our video up and running now. We've got some slides that we want to make sure to step through, some demonstrations that we've got for you as well. But just a quick note, we are recording this session. We'll clean up the front end of it, make sure we get it nice and tight, and then be able to get this out to everybody. So you'll have a chance to review it. You'll be able to pass it along to some of your colleagues, other members of the industry that might be interested as well. So just know we are recording it, and we are accepting your questions. So if you want to go ahead and submit those through the Q&A, please feel free to do that as well. We've got a handful that we already have baked in, and we've already collected from earlier session when we conducted this same webinar for the EMEA team. But in the meantime, please send us yours as well. We do have a packed agenda. We ran right up to the top of the hour, and we want to be respectful for your time. So we're going to try to wrap this exactly at the 60 minutes, wherever we are. So ideally, it'll give us a chance to answer some of those questions. Give you a quick sense of who you're going to be hearing from today. We've got Amy Johnson, our Chief Product Officer, who is going to show you two brand new tools that are going to change how quickly your teams can build and deploy agents. We've got Rosie Coronado, our Product Officer as well, who's going to be walking through an expanded agent library and a refreshed Business One user interface. We've got Claudia Rojas, the Chief Executive Officer of Real-Time Analytics, one of our ecosystem partners, and she's going to be showing you some financial analytics agents in action today. And then, of course, we've got Michal Kosa from ZAIP and ZAIP, one of our global implementation partners, who's going to be demoing the new MyWave Cloud and our new Autodeploy capability as well for these agents. So we've got a great team. We've got great content. Let's get into it. Obviously, the reason why we're all here is because of the partner opportunity. There's obviously an enormous amount of groundswell behind the movements around agentic AI today. Last year in 2025, it felt like there was a lot of interest, but maybe not necessarily a lot of investment. Maybe you're seeing what we're seeing, which is the fact that now large enterprises and the small and mid-market, they're all starting to apply resources and want to take advantage of agentic AI in their organizations and within their own partners as well, with partners, customers, clients, whatever term you prefer. Most important to this audience is that last statistic at the bottom. A lot of the interest, a lot of the coverage has been focused on that large enterprise, the Fortune 500s that take up a lot of the news cycles. But at the end of the day, 40% of this market and growing is being spent in the market that we all serve, right, from the small mid-sized business side of things. And all the expectations are that number is only going to increase as the providers continue to push resources and solutions into that space. So it's an exciting opportunity. We'd love to talk to you about how we can help you enable that today and take advantage of that in the year ahead and in the years ahead. But first, before we do that, I want to touch base on what we heard from you. This is over the last year or so. A couple of big takeaways from us that indicated that we're listening. And that is, number one, we had heard that creating agents still is requiring too much coding expertise. Also, connecting those agents to the client systems, unfortunately, still too difficult to be really something we can roll out at scale. Deploying those agents securely and at speed has been a challenge for those same reasons. And the need for some more robust partner onboarding and support is also called for. What can we be doing in some areas to help enable and equip and accelerate your own agentic AI efforts with your partners and your clients? Your pricing models, they need to be simplified. I know that this continues to evolve as the market continues to evolve. Our goal is to roll out solutions that are simple, scalable, and easy for you to build margin on. So with that in mind, what we want to talk to you about today is 7 different tools that we are now bringing to market to attack those problems, those opportunities, those challenges head on. We'll have Amy Johnson, our Chief Product Officer, will be talking to you about our new Conversational Agent Builder and InfoPlugin Builder. We'll have Rosie touching base on that agent library showcase and the B1 UX updates we mentioned. We'll have Claudia share some details about her own business analytics, which I think you'll be really interested in and address a key need in this market. And then, of course, we'll have Michal talking about the MyWave Cloud and the Autodeploy, attacking those same challenges that we have as it relates to getting these solutions deployed and in the market where they can start earning not just ROI, but start driving revenue for you. So with that in mind, I would like to go ahead and turn it over to Amy to talk about first our conversational agent builder. You want to take it away, Amy?
Great, thank you, Patrick. And if we can just go to the next slide from here. So I think we've had a huge amount of feedback, and a number of you have been participating with Rosie on these kind of topics. But if you think about kind of the 3 areas that we've really been investing in since October of last year, one of them, which is available now, is that our agents have a new toolchain approach. So these are now your ability to have fully probabilistic, prompt-driven, goal-driven agents, leveraging tools that allow them to obviously call and pull data from SAP Business One and other systems. But they are, of course, fully conversational. It's a fun journey to get them to behave exactly as you want, right? Because they're not kind of linear, but they're very kind of intuitive to use. We've seen a lot of kind of good growth with this particular approach on the large enterprise side. And now we are bringing that down into the SMB side of our business as well. So that will be available currently. And then if we kind of move a step forward, right, which is the other area, is to say, well, actually, now that we have this tool chaining approach, which is a lot faster to create agents with, how do I now turn that into an even faster kind of iteration and cycle for me? And so what we've invested in, and the beta release of this will be going live around April of this year. And we'll be inviting partners in to participate in this, key partners. If you're interested, please register your interest. I think there'll be a survey that comes out after the session. But essentially, what you do is that you can type to the platform. It then understands all of the info plugins or connectors that are available. And then it actually creates for you your agent from scratch. So it's very, very fast. I would say it gets you, 80 to 90% of the way there for, what you want your agent to do. And what that really does is it obviously rapidly speeds up your ability to have customized agent, demonstrations and for your clients. And also we know, right, that even if you're calling the same service layer APIs, is that every client wants things a little bit differently. And so that allows us to do that at scale and make it easy for you to do that at scale now for your clients. We'll then be kind of proceeding once we've done the beta release of that, and we've had feedback from you all in terms of how that's running. We'll then proceed into an expanded general release that will be going out in the second half of this year, and kind of then really expanding from there. And as part of that, we're investing in a number of reusable components and info plugins and things like that for those that actually don't want to go and create that for themselves as well. Maybe there's the next slide, Patrick. So you might then say, well, what does this currently look like? And maybe if we play the first video, Patrick. So essentially what the agent builder is, and we wanted to kind of show this to you, is that you'll have another button in your innovation hub that lets you say basically build with AI. It's using GPT 5.1 that we've pre-trained on a number of the process ontologies that we've been working on. So we're kind of specializing it on the SAP side, but also you can use it for non-SAP specific processes as well. It's agnostic. You'll need to prompt it. Your prompt will determine obviously how well that agent gets built, very similar to ChatGPT or any other AI system. So you'll need a decent prompt in there around exactly what process you want that agent to do. And then what will happen is it will create an agentic workflow very similar to what you've seen previously in the Innovation Hub. But this is a tool training example. So instead of being kind of step by step, here you're able to define your master prompt, and the agent generator actually generates this prompt for you as well around what that agent should be doing and how it should be running, and then selecting the tools that are going to then go in as part of that. Once you've saved that and you can deploy that out, then it will turn into something that looks a little bit like this, right? Where you've got the ability for the agent to reason how it's going to run through those processes. This is a vendor onboarding example. And so everything is now fully conversational, and depending on what you answer, it's going to be able to call its tools asynchronously to then ultimately get you the result that you're looking for. And obviously within these type of processes, there is a maintenance of state that lives within this particular conversation, so that you can obviously run this and it feels intelligent. And then obviously we have that concept of long-term and short-term memory as well within the platform, where some of this may be then committed to long-term memory. So that's kind of really what's coming out in April, and we're very excited by it. We think that, in early testing, that it's going to give you at least a 90% uplift in the speed by which you can create agents on the MyWave platform, and also lowers the technical boundaries for that as well. Patrick, if we go to the next video. And one of the other bits of feedback as well that we've had, and this is an ongoing iteration for us, is on the info plugin side. So the info plugins, we've heard from you that everyone, no one likes writing free marker. Even our agent builders don't like writing free marker. So this is the first iteration of our info plugin creator. What's quite nice is that now that we're moving to this tool training approach, all of that logic is now extrapolated into the LLM layer. What that does mean is that your info plugins become much simpler. They become essentially calling tools into systems of record. What that now means is that we've embedded a generator that now lives within the Innovation Hub, and that you can actually now, depending on your API or what service layer API you want to call, you put your response parameters in here and it will generate your info plugin for you. That will work in the way that the MyWave platform needs it to work. Phase 2 of this is that we're going to pre-train it on all of those response parameters, so that you can actually just select it yourself and run with that as well. So this has been of an ongoing kind of project for us, but we wanted to release the initial version because we know that this is another area that there is a bit of pain in from an agent building standpoint. And maybe if we just go to the next video, Patrick. And so kind of, I think we wanted to just do a bit more deep dive onto the tool training approach that I was mentioning. So you'll have something like this that gets generated. It gives you a master prompt, and I'm just peering a little bit because I wear glasses, but it's quite small. But if you think about it, what essentially happens is that you're explicitly telling your agent exactly how it needs to operate, what it needs to do, what tools it needs to call, how it can behave, how it can't behave. And this is fairly standardized. We've done a lot of kind of tuning to get that prompt right, so that gets generated from the builder itself. And then what happens is that this gets then triggered into a series of tools. So for example, if we want to see a tool that is finding an item in SAP Business One, then as part of that, it will then gather that and build that schema for you. And then this is basically where that info plugin tool comes in that is being configured, that allows you to then go and call the various service layer APIs in SAP Business One. Next video, Patrick. And we can just probably trot through this quite quickly, but we just wanted to show that, and I think Rosie will do a deeper dive on this in her session, is that the user experience is very, very different. So obviously, because the LLM is doing a lot more of the heavy lifting, the fuzzy matching capability, where things aren't perfect, becomes a lot more easy to use. And it's always going to do its best to find its way through the path, making recommendations of what it thinks that you're looking for or things that you want. So it's a lot more forgiving as well, as kind of like you're running through these kind of things as well. And so I might just skip the rest of this video because I do want to make sure we stay on time, Patrick, and go to the next slide from here. So I think really what we're trying to achieve is there's probably two sides to us. One, from an operational side, is that we want to have much faster agent configuration. We want to make models much more reusable, particularly that you can reuse them more easily across multiple clients that have slightly different requirements. This combination of the probabilistic capability and deterministic capability across the execution reduces the errors. So you've still got deterministic where it's posting back into SAP. You can still have the human in the loop around that and their review points. But really it's doing a lot of the heavy lifting for you, and we're reducing that integration complexity as well. From a commercial side, so obviously it becomes a lot more cost effective for you to create agents now that are custom for your clients. So the services side becomes probably easier to position in the SMB side. Ideally faster sales cycles because you can more quickly show things that are representative for your client. And more differentiation to the more traditional add-ons for SAP Business One. And of course, you can go and expand these things into all sorts of areas. We're seeing a number of clients adopting an order to cash. Procure to pay is one of the most interesting areas for us that we're seeing a lot of interest in. And then finance and service, of course, as well. And for partners who maybe don't want to create agents, right, but you have clients that you want to sell agentic services to, we have partners like Real-Time Analytics who are on the call today, and we're creating a package solution with their SATA solution, which is an analytics agent. So a user doesn't know that there's any different, but there is a capability that they're bringing that's very interesting that she'll be talking about next. But they're also an expert in MyWave agent creation as well. So they can come in and support clients from a services standpoint if you just want to sell, solutions, and they can kind of come in. And we've got a few others as well that we'll be talking about shortly as we kind of announce that COE program as well. So I might pause there, I think, Patrick, and hand over to you and Rosie for the refreshed agent library.
That's great, Amy. Thank you so much for that. Again, if you have questions coming in, please feel free to get those in the chat. Otherwise, hang on to them. Reach out to us afterwards. We will have a survey coming out, as I mentioned at the top. You'll have a chance to give us a little bit of sense of what information you'd like out of us, what kind of what you're seeing in the marketplace, et cetera. So we can't get to it here. Make sure rest assured we will be able to get to it through other formats in the future. In the meantime, Rosie, I'd like to make sure to keep us on track, and I will hand it off to you. I know you're interested in sharing your screen, so I'll stop sharing mine.
Oh, no. Go share it back.
You're good?
I need the 2 slides, yeah?
Okay.
We had a little bit of thing this morning, so if you share it back, I just want to go through the new slides. Hi, everybody. I know many of you, so nice seeing you. Go to the next slides. So we have been talking about the 18.8 agent bundle for since last year, but I know we got a lot of feedbacks. Can you go to the next slide, please? About we talked about last year. We got a lot of information from you, maybe to change them a little bit, or what you would like, what your customers would like to have. So we did an agent refresh, and we have actually some people here. They helped us. They gave us a lot of input. And guys, believe me, we are at the finish line. They're almost there. A few more days we need. So we did do a refresh about the business partner agent. We have the 18H bundle. So we had like different agents. We separated them, like the one updates the business partner, the other one creates a business partner. Now you have an agent that does it all. So you can update it, you can create new business partner, and so on. We also have sales quotation and sales order agents. So remember, for the ones that have worked with our agents, you could do an email and do a sales quotation, or you have a PDF and you do a sales order. Now you can upload either an Excel, that was a request, a text, or a PDF, and you tell the agent, I want to create a sales order, or I want to create a sales quotation. So basically, the look and feel is going to be different because it's very conversational. You guys are going to love it because it's like you're talking to somebody. And as I always said, they don't talk back. I love it. They might give an error if you do something wrong, but they don't talk back. So it's a little helper, and you really just put in the chat, hey, do this, like kind of what you do in ChatGPT. But the difference, we create something. So we're going to go into SAP and create those documents for you. We also combined AR and AP, so you can create an AP invoice based on a purchase order, goods receipt, do a standalone. That's coming also. That was combined to one agent, also feedback from you and customers, okay? And then there's the service call agent. That was very good feedback. We have somebody on, he has seen it. We will show, unfortunately, I will show you some stuff live, but one server is down. This is where you really put in there. Imagine you have a service company, and you have all those service call people coming in, this is broken, and you just go in there, hey, Rosie Coronado, her printer is broken, it's out of ink, whatever, and the agent just go through your database, SAP database, looks at the business partner, looks at the item, serial number, if it has it, and creates the service call for you. So this is the makeover agent, which means, if you go to the next slide, Patrick, which means the 18 agent, they're always going to be there for you. And you know, even with those agents, I know you're going to go, I mean, you guys know how SAP works. You're going to go, oh, this works great, but you know what? I need to tweak it a little bit for my customers because they do something different. So this is what Amy said. So this is where you go, hey, you train your own team. I would say train at least 2 people. And with the new tooling Amy talked about, you guys are going to love it. Train 2 people so you can take those agents and tweak it for your customers, like you do with anything, like you do with B1 Up or with BS Manufacturing, right? You have to tweak it for every customer. So, but we give you really standard, very solid standard agents. In the 18 agents, guys, I always will want to mention it because they're not going away. You can take those and tweak it because every customer is different. So on the makeover, so we have the sales cycle. We have a lot on the sales cycle, on the AP side, and also on the service, which I said they should be out. I was hoping this week, but by next week we should have it. And I know some of you, they're going to email me after this, put it in my environment, but I have my notes with me. But now I'm going to take the screen because what I want to show you, and then I'll show you the service, go back to Patrick. What I'm going to show you, what I did, I pulled this up because I've worked with you guys so much. This is what you guys have been working on, right? So you have been working on, and hopefully you don't click on those buttons like I do because I like my buttons, and you guys know why I like my buttons, right? So you can always go in here and say, create sales order from PO. That's what you are used to it, right? And then it's going to walk you through it, upload the PDF. Now you can do PDF, Excel, text, whatever you have, whatever document you have, and so on. So even if we have said we have those 18H and those, you know, even when I say now we have one for AP, AR, we just combined those, okay? So here, those you are used to it, they're always going to be there. I would keep them, guys, because you can take those and kind of dissect them and say, okay, I'm going to customize them a little bit for my customer. But the new ones, what they're going to start looking, what the look and feel you're going to get is something like this. For example, you say, okay, register a new vendor, Rosie Coronado. Let's do a different name. Let me take my daughter. Yvonne Coronado, blah, 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 blah. So you just start talking, and you can write more because you know what the agent can do. I have to set an alarm because I only have 5 minutes. And you people tell him, okay, my people on the call, you tell my people, Rosie cannot just talk 5 minutes. So anyway, so it's going to go in there. It goes through the validation and so on. And then it's going to ask you, okay, they've checked for duplicate on the master data. None of them is existing. But what is she? Is she a corporation? Is she, you know, and so on. So it's totally conversation. It's like I said, you talk to it and you just, when you forgot something on the first text, it's going to ask you till it has all the information needed and you're deciding what it's needed, right? So this is how the new agent's also going to be. Also like this onboarding. So I'm going to do, I would like to onboard a service type. So let's see what it does. So you just go in there and again, it's going to go through it and it's going to ask you what level maybe they are in. Are they a senior level? Are they new? And so on. There we go. It's going to ask me, you just gave me the title. So I'm going to watch this. I'm going to say senior. Now it's going to say, well, you know, I can spell, and especially when people are watching me, it's going to say, well, do you mean this or that? Okay. Oh, it did. It's seniority. Could you please specify seniority level? Okay, so it didn't pick it up. So seniority and so on. So you just go in there and it's telling you, and this is how your service agent is gonna be. This is how business partner agent is there. Creating new business partner, I think I have them on the phone. They actually wanted that. It goes in there and you say, I wanna create a vendor, Rosie Coronado, with this address, with this phone number. Please create it in SAP, and it does it right away. Or I said, hey, please update Rosie's phone number to this and this and this, and it does it right away. So it's really conversational now. It's telling you what it's doing. We like that. We always want to know what people are doing, right? This is your little helper. You know what it's doing, and then it's going to come in here. And then it's going to say, okay, the starting is 125. Is this good? 105? That's a lot of money, right? So let's say, no, we're going to pay him $125, and it's going to go and it's going to update this now in the system. It's going to give you another preview, and it's going to tell you, I have pre-filled the details on your profile from the past data. So it learns, as we know, it learns. Now I make $125, not me, it's not me. And this is 105 hours. So those are the new agents you're gonna see coming. And hopefully, like I said, the one specific we created for SAP Business One, of course, they will be out hopefully next week. But I'm gonna go back to Patrick, and because I wanna show you, that's the only one I don't have here, and it was on another server, and the server is not my friend. So I want to play you this video. If you go over there, Patrick, to that video, to my third slide, go up one, go the previous one. There we go. So this is the service call. So basically what it does is, and believe me, I got up at 6 a.m. and did it about 10 times. I put in there, I want to create a service call with the perimeter. Good thing we had a backup with the video. Perimeter technology with this item, and this is the problem they are having. So then the agent goes through, like I said, you know, this is, I always explain it like I always wanted to be a teacher in kindergarten. I'm gonna say, okay, now it's gonna go, like if you tell me, go look in the database, look up perimeter technology, look up this item, and this is what the agent basically does, okay? So it's doing everything it's supposed to do, okay? So it's gonna go down, it finds the item, it finds the business partner, and so on. And at the end, what's gonna end up, it's gonna create the service call. But it will ask you, hey, is this reason code okay? And you can say, no, it's not okay. It's actually the printer is whatever, batteries are gone, I don't know, whatever, they don't run with batteries. But you can always put it in there. If you forget to put an email in there, and that's mandatory, we like validations, right? It's going to prompt you, hey, give me this email address. Is this a good email address? So it's totally up to you. Again, it's going back conversations. This is, I think, what everybody wants. And I know I got a lot of feedback from you. I want to talk to somebody. You know, we might get off from social media more and we start talking to our agents and get more, a lot of work done. But this is what it is. We're just going to talk to our agents and it does the work for you. And always remember, it goes straight back into SAP. It's real time. But since this server was not up, guys, I know many of you, please call, send me an email. And we can set up a one-to-one sessions with those new agents. And like I said, as soon they're out anyways, I will provide them to you as a partner. And like I said, get trained on how to tweak them, because I know your customers always need a little bit of tweaking done, but they will love this a lot. Okay. So there we go. It's still doing, because I'm still asking questions. And at the end, it's going to say, it's going to upload into SAP Business One. Okay. So I think that was my part, and I was way over, did double the time. I did worse than this morning, but this is my turf. Okay, we're in America now. So this was created successfully. As you guys know, you can log in. You guys have seen that, and you pull it up, and it's exactly what you just created. Okay, but please contact me. Let's do a live demo with your team or your customers, and I'll be more than happy to arrange it. Thank you so much. Sorry, Patrick.
It's okay, Rosie. I think we'll be able to pull that time back, so no worries at all. It's impressive demos there. Definitely wanted to take the time to step through that. We've got more impressive demos to share with you here, so I want to turn it over to Claudia.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick. We are Real-Time Analytics. We are here based in the US and a team all over Latin America. And we wanted to present you Sarah. We have Sarah Business Intelligence in different flavors, one for finance, logistics, recruitment, people, customer experience, board of directors. We are going to show you a demo of the finance Sarah BI, but please feel free to reach for us afterwards if you want to see any of the other Sarahs. We include with our suite control tower platform where you will be able to have to manage observability, agent management, agent performance, monitoring, traceability, user governance, and impact measurements. Basically, in our BI agents, they do what they do is they simplify very complex processes and empower strategic decisions. You can check your KPIs in real time, data visualization, advanced analytics, and actionable insights. So no further ado, then let's look at the video so we can show you exactly what Sarah does.
Stand by. There we go.
Hi, I am Jeff Adams, a financial analyst at Real-Time Analytics. It's very early in the morning. Every day I wake up, drink my coffee, and check my numbers. Corporate finance is numbers everywhere: liquidity, profit, expenses, risk, forecast. And because of that, I love SAP Business One. Recently, our engineers developed Sarah BI and linked it with MyWave AI. This is financial intelligence from my SAP B1. It has been transformational and brings these numbers to a grounded understanding of our financial reality day to day. So let me show you what I can do with Sarah BI. Sarah, what percent is 1 to 30 days overdue?
The percentage is approximately 1.37%.
Top customers by revenue this month.
Total revenue is $6.18 million.
Sarah, what are total outstanding receivables?
Total is $547,730.
Sarah, what is the current cash balance?
The current cash balance is $2.5 million.
Please give me a financial report and recommendations. As you notice, I love this because our numbers are not longer noise. They are signal. Sarah, why did net profit change this month? Finally, finance becomes storytelling, clear, prioritized, and controlled. Finally, as an analyst, I am not scrolling, I am seeing and analyzing. As you notice, this is not reporting, this is clear surveillance of the financial health of the company. Sarah, are we exceeding budget anywhere? Are there unusual journal entries?
As you see, rows lights up. Risk is visible.
Are there duplicate or suspicious invoices?
Problems found in seconds.
Sarah, what is the financial forecast?
With Sarah BI and MyWave AI, risk becomes operational.
Please provide a report with graphics with all my analysis.
Forward-looking. Proactive. Sarah BI and MyWave AI. A CFO ask. Understand. And act.
Please provide a summary of insights for my executive meeting.
Sarah BI and MyWave AI are conversational financial intelligence for SAP B1. You don't need more reports, you need control.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Patrick. So next slide, please. So we are happy to connect with all the ecosystem, AI partner ecosystem. We can help you and help your clients with any AI solution needs. Of course, implementations of all the MyWave agents, the bundle package, and we're happy to and available for you for live demos and evaluations. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Claudia. We've demonstrated some of the agents. We've demonstrated some of the tools you can use to create these agents and these info plugins. Now you have to deploy them. And so I'd like to turn this section over to Michael and go. If you want to take it away, sir, I will stop sharing my side and you can start sharing yours.
Perfect. Thank you, Patrick. You can see my screen, right? All right. Hi, everyone.
Yes.
This is Michal from Zuton. Today, we are proud to introduce the result of almost 2 years of very close collaboration with MyWave. And this collaboration established Zuton as a certified MyWave hosting provider. We have 14 years of experience with SAP Business One operations. And also, we are leveraging ZAIP, which is our automation platform, primarily designed for SAP Business One operations. But this platform is now also capable of simple MyWave deployment. And then once you deploy MyWave with it, you can also manage MyWave and all the related tasks with that as well. So very shortly, why this collaboration exists. Our shared goal here would be to bring you faster, easier, and scalable AI from MyWave for the ERP systems. In this case, we're particularly talking about SAP Business One. Okay, in this cooperation, there are some challenges that we have been seeing over the time. And these challenges are pretty common across all the partners, regardless of where they are. And with this solution, we are trying to solve all these common challenges. One of them is that deploying AI solutions into customer ERP systems takes time and effort. Okay, we are taking away that because the automation takes care of everything instead of you. Number two, there is some need for skills and broad knowledge across various technologies. So we also take away that because now you don't have to rely on IT experts that much. And number three is that there are a lot of repeated technical processes. And the reason for this is that onboarding of each customer can get quite tedious, especially if you have a large customer base. And last but not the least, we believe that partners want to focus on selling and implementing MyWave, not on the infrastructure and the processes itself. So the common goal here is very clear. It's simplify all the processes, remove any friction, and enable our common partners to grow further. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce what we call MyWave Cloud. And what this MyWave Cloud is, it is essentially a certified hosting that has been tested. It's stable, it's easily repeatable on multiple customers, and it's about operating the entire MyWave solution in the cloud. So MyWave is actually able to connect to existing SAP Business One deployment, and it can become fully functional very quickly and easily, thanks to the use of the wizards that we've produced, and thanks to all the step-by-step setup processes. So for partners or for the end customers, the only requirement is to have the SAP Business One environment properly prepared, and it should be accessible in line with the requirements that we are able to provide, but those are very straightforward requirements. And the solution comes in a form of a standardized offering. It has a simple pricing options. It has a simple sizing. So basically, you just choose between a couple of options. You can do the MyWave standard type of license, which we call the enterprise license, which is suitable for those partners who want to create their own waves. Or you can, of course, do the 18 AI agent pack, which comes with a set of predefined agents. We also have the demo environments for any pre-sales activities. So if you would like to, test this, play around with this for any non-production use, we are able to offer a free free demo environment. So whenever you are ready, just let us know and we'll be happy to help you out. Solution is powered by selected providers who are running on ZAIP platform. We have a global coverage. These providers are currently represented by Zutom in EMEA, and then SMB Solutions Cloud Services in North America and Pacific and all these locations. Now, let's quickly talk about the auto-deploy options, because auto-deploy is actually an important part of this whole solution and package. And what this means is that with ZAIP platform, you are actually able to automate the whole provisioning of MyWave, essentially making it a one-click type of deployment. And also after you deploy MyWave, then you are able to use ZAIP platform continuously to do any MyWave-related daily management and monitoring. So if you want to upgrade your waves or upgrade your MyWave version, everything can be taken care of from one single point, which is our central dashboard, which is very convenient, especially if you are running multiple customers. And of course, all the MyWave updates and patching are also handled by the platform. And obviously, there is much more. We cannot go into all the details due to the lack of time here today. But if you are interested to learn about, all the details, you can check out our website, which is zaip.one/mywave, or we are also more than happy to arrange a meeting, which can be either an online meeting or even in person. We will be at the SAP Partner Summit in Las Vegas, which is coming up, and our team will be there showcasing the solution. So please feel free to reach out. We'll be more than happy to share more details. So just to wrap up, basically, the point of this solution is faster deployment. And we are also trying with this solution to decrease the dependence on the IT experts. I think we're doing both very successfully. And when it comes to the scope, this is a multi-customer solution. And we have one central management from which you can manage basically all of these customers and easily repeat all these processes. And then in terms of compatibility, basically the solution is compatible with any type of SAP Business One deployments. Currently, we have the MyWave Cloud version, and then there is the other version, which we call MyWave Local Hosting version, which is more for the on-premise type of deployments. We call it local hosting. I'll just quickly show you the difference on these schemas. So on this one, this is the example of the operational schema for the cloud. And you can see all the parties involved. So here on the bottom, we have the SAP Business One customer. Again, the customer, they can run the SAP in cloud, which is basically on Cloud Control Center, or it can be on-premise. And then here on the top, we have the Business One partner, which in this case is also a MyWave partner. Then we have the provider segment. In this case, this is Zutom, but this can be also another provider. And then we have ZAIP as the whole automation layer. This solution is in general availability, so it's ready to go whenever you're ready. On the other side, this is the schema for the local hosting version of MyWave. And with this option, you can actually connect to the on-premise deployments, and the SAP Business One can be virtually running everywhere. Yes, it doesn't matter whether it's at the customer side or whether it's in some other public cloud, wherever it is, you are able to connect with this. And as a partner, you are able to manage multiple customers and multiple types of deployments. And again, everything goes through the ZAIP platform for the easy access and operation. This particular offering is currently in product preview stage, but we are planning to open up an early access program, which will be invite only at first, and then we'll continuously open it to general public. So if you are interested in testing this type of deployments, please let us know. After the webinar, you can touch base with us, and we will be more than happy to follow up once this solution is ready to go. And okay, now I'd like to show you how it looks like. So on the next 2 minutes, you will be able to see a quick demo of MyWave deployment in cloud with the whole end-to-end process. And this has been compressed, obviously. The process is a little bit longer, but we have compressed it so you can see actually the whole thing. Okay, so as we discussed, the MyWave and ZAIP together, we turn the rollout into a simple wizard-based workflow, and this is designed for consistency and easy operations. And I'm going to show you how you can actually do it yourself very easily in a few steps. So we actually have a wizard which has about 5 steps, and it's actually quite simple. So what you do, you first you log into the ZAIP platform. This is how it looks like. You create a customer there. And then once you have the customer, you'll just go to the available offering and you'll just enable the MyWave hosting offering. And then that will actually bring up the wizard. And once you have the wizard has 5 steps. First, you review all the requirements. You also have the step-by-step guide, which basically takes you through the whole process. So in case you are not sure about anything, you can see the guide here. And then on this step 1, you just simply choose the version of MyWave hosting. In this case, we are choosing the latest version. And we go to the next step. Here you choose the AI model. So again, we do, for Mini. We go to the next step. On this step, you actually have to provide a few key connection values, such as client ID, and then you have the service layer URL, and then you have SLD URL and web client domain. There is an option to also work with some custom variables, but this is not mandatory. So if you don't want to use it for this purpose of this demonstration, we'll just stick with the predefined values. And then you move on to the step 4, where you basically choose what type of waves you want to use. You can either use your own waves, in which case you just drag and drop the waves here, or you can do the 18 AI agent pack. And the last step, you basically choose how you want to deal with the MyWave license. Again, you have the option to do your own license, or you can use the license provided by the provider. And that's really it. So now, once you submitted the wizard, the automation actually takes care of everything. And once this process is finished, you'll get an email with all the details and some additional instructions for the next steps that you have to do. The first and most important thing is that once you log back into the ZAIP platform, you are able to see everything here. So first of all, when you see the green online buttons, that's good. That means all the services are running, and then you are able to see all the basic information and overview of what you have. The last thing that you need to do is that you go to the extensions, and you actually have to download this already predefined, pre-configured entire file, and you have to actually take it and upload it into the extension manager in your SAP Business One. And that's really it. I mean, once you've done that, your SAP Business One is ready to be used with MyWave. So I think that's pretty cool. And with that, I'd like to thank you very much for your attention. And I want to say that we are looking forward to connecting with you and supporting you on your journey with MyWave. So thank you guys, and over to you, Patrick.
That's great, Mikhail. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We think that's pretty cool too, and hopefully you guys do as well. Let me go ahead and share once again my side, and we will try to wrap this up on time. So with that in mind, obviously, we've talked about agent creation. We've talked about what the agent experience looks like. We've talked about what that deployment, easing all those pieces of the puzzle. The last piece then, obviously, that in terms of the feedback we've received and the investments we've been making or continuing to make in terms of making you as partners successful is happening through the partner support side. And let me go ahead and there we go. So let me step you through exactly what this looks like from our perspective. First off, we're going to be introducing a simplified pricing model. We've heard your feedback. We're restructuring this to make sure that it is incredibly straightforward to be able to quote it, easy to explain to clients, and built so there's real margin in it for you as well. Of course, that's critically important. We're putting the finishing touches on that this month, and we do plan to announce that right around the Partner Summit coming up in mid-March. So stay tuned for that, a few weeks away, and we will, of course, continue to push this information out to you in the future as well as these new support services are rolled out. We also want to do some more robust onboarding. We're raising the bar in this case. We understand that getting a new partner productive faster is important, of course, and that's a priority for us here in 2026. We want to make sure that we're introducing faster, easier training modules, a little bit more smaller, self-serve, on-demand, allowing you to train up your own teams quickly, easily, understandably, and able to do that obviously 24/7 whenever you like. Beyond that, as Amy mentioned earlier, we are standing up a few centers of excellence with Claudia and her team at Real Time Analytics, another team at G2. And those are in case you don't want to build your own agents. You want somebody else to handle that for you. You just want to make sure you're handling that client, that customer engagement and driving the revenue that way. We can, of course, you saw Claudia's information there. We'll, of course, make that available also. So please, if creating agents just is not something that you want to add to your skill set here in 2026, we've got resources to help you accomplish that and accomplish your goals and your customers' goals as well. We also want to be rolling out a new series of refreshed boot camps and workshops that allow you as partners to get more hands-on engagement with us and our teams, help you feel comfortable with all aspects of that agent creation, validation, deployment, rollout, and maintenance as well. So look forward to a few more dates coming up in that respect. You know, in terms of what's in it for you, I think it should hopefully be obvious at this point. When you partner with MyWave, you're going to be meeting the biggest market opportunity for the next decade or more heads on, right? You're going to get a faster path to your first deployed agent. You're going to get better margins. You're going to get a stronger support schedule, support structure that scales with you as this market grows. So in terms of what's next after this, keep an eye on your inbox. We are going to be sharing as soon as this is rendered and available, and we've got it stored in a place where it can be shared out through YouTube or whatever. We'll go ahead and get this to you along with a handful of questions. What are your takeaways from this? What worked, what didn't work? What's most interesting? What are you seeing in the marketplace in terms of agentic AI in your future here in 2026? So quick three, I think it's about 9 questions or so. Quick survey there in that respect. And then that'll help us make sure that you have all the information you need to be successful and that we're understanding exactly where you are as well, so we can continue to stay one step ahead of your needs. I know we just have a couple of minutes left. I think there has been some robust chat there. I'm going to go ahead and answer. I'm going to tee up a couple of questions that came up in our previous session that I thought were especially relevant that I had jotted down. So with that in mind, I know we've got one for each of our panelists here for the most part. I guess, Amy, in the time we've got, how is the current tool chain model different from the traditional SAP Business One automation or the scripting approaches?
Yeah, so I think the real difference is it lends for a much more dynamic user interface, right? So, you're really using the conversational interface to drive the tools that the agent has. So, it can do 2 or 3 things at once, obviously within the context of what it's trying to achieve, and it's goal-driven, right? So it's quite flexible. So it'll do its best to get the outcome that you can get to. The only kind of, I guess, challenge on that is that we have to use the higher LLM models, so 4.1 or 5.1 as an example from GPT. So there is a slightly additional cost to that, particularly also that we're moving to invest into an MCP server as well. So if you wanted to leverage that will be coming out later in the year as well. Which makes obviously the integration easier, but then there is more LLM cost as well. So it's really a scale, but the real benefit behind it is that it handles exceptions much more easily. You can create these agents much more quickly and easily, and they're a lot more dynamic and flexible also for you to evolve and change them.
Great, thank you. And then, Michal, you mentioned that was a compressed timeline there for the purposes of this, and we appreciate that. Can you give us a sense of exactly how long a deployment might take for a new customer using ZAIP Autodeploy?
Of course. So long story short, in standard scenarios, the whole process takes around 20 minutes. It's largely automated. So basically, when the partner is ready, once they create the connectivity setup for which we can provide, the step-by-step tutorial. And once they define the parameters in the wizard, then, the process takes around 20 minutes. So it's fairly easy, and we can support them with the whole process if needed.
Great, thank you. Hey, Claudia, I know obviously there's been a lot that's been written about AI hallucinations. I saw one quote from a Gartner analyst last week that said, look, if you're transferring $100, it can't be $99.99. With that in mind, how does Sarah avoid those kinds of AI hallucinations, and how do you trust the numbers that it's giving us?
Okay, well, Sarah, thank you for the question. It's a very important question. Sarah doesn't invent the financial. It's not creating financial. So it goes straight to the basis. And every answer that Sarah gives is grounded on the SAP B1 data source. So we can prove the traceability. We can provide that. We can total roll-ups from transactions, and you can drill down to see the exact invoices or journal entries used. So if Sarah doesn't have the information to provide an answer, Sarah will let you know, I don't have that data, so I won't provide an answer. So it's calculating. It does mathematical modeling and statistical models inside. So it's a very technically robust tool that doesn't invent. It's really doing the calculations and running the financials correctly.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Claudia. I know I want to be respectful of everybody's time. We are at the top of the hour. So on behalf of Amy, Rosie, Claudia, Michal, the entire MyWave team, thank you for spending the last hour with us. We're incredibly excited about what lies ahead for this partner community, and we certainly hope you are too. So expect that email coming out later on today once we've got it all rendered up and whatnot. Look forward to your feedback from that. Look forward to the engagement. Have a great rest of your day there. Please keep an eye on that inbox, and we wish you a very successful 2026 that lies ahead. So thanks all for joining us. We appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
guys.